What's going on, everyone? Damon here, and welcome. Today we're asking a question. What happens when you play the Overture after you've already seen the full opera? That's the challenge for any prequel, and it's the heart of the new DLC for one of my favorite recent games. We're going to break down if this trip to the past is an essential encore, so stick with me. And hey, as we get into it, if you appreciate these kinds of in-depth reviews, enjoy the live streams I do, or just want to support what I do here on Damon Plays Games, a quick thumbs up would be awesome. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. It helps the channel out a lot, and I really appreciate it. Alright, so let's get down to it. We're talking about the 2025 surprise release of Liza P. Overture. This expansion takes us back to the city of Krat just before the puppet frenzy changed everything. Now, I know what you're thinking, a DLC prequel? Can it really add to a story we already know the ending to? As a gamer dad, my time is precious, and I want to know if a DLC is truly worth the investment. I just played this over the last week, and I'm here to tell you if this journey to the past deserves a spot in your library. First off, let's set the scene. Overture transports you back to a Krat that is vibrant and alive, yet simmering with a dark tension. You'll explore brand new locations like a hauntingly beautiful zoo filled with grotesque, animal-like carcass enemies, and a frozen coastline with secrets buried in the ice. The real treat, however, is seeing familiar places in a new light. The grand exhibition is now a fully operational carnival. There's a powerful sense of dramatic irony here, a bittersweet feeling seeing the city so full of life knowing that tragedy is about to unfold. Backing up these visuals is the incredible soundscape we've come to expect. The music is once again phenomenal, with beautiful, somber tracks that perfectly capture the feeling of an approaching storm. The combat sounds are as crisp as ever. The sharp clang of a perfect guard, the mechanics of the new puppet enemies, and the monstrous roars of new carcass threats all make for an immersive and visceral experience. It's top-tier sound design that pulls you right back into the world of Krat. The core combat of Liza P returns in all of its glory. The fluid pairing system, the weapon assembly, and the fable arts feel just as tight and responsive as you remember. The DLC doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does add some fantastic new toys to your workshop. There are several new weapons to find and master, like the incredibly fast Death Talons, and even a bow for some new range possibilities. You also get new Legion arms to experiment with, adding even more variety to how you approach a fight. The new enemies are the real stars, forcing you to learn new attack patterns and adapt your strategy. Since this is a DLC, your progression is a direct continuation of your base game character. However, Overture provides plenty of new ways to enhance your build. The new weapons come with their own unique movesets and fable arts, potentially changing your entire playstyle. You'll also find new amulets and defense parts with powerful effects that can complement your existing gear. The progression here isn't about starting from scratch. It's about taking your perfected build and pushing it even further with new, powerful tools. For me, the biggest triumph of the Overture DLC is how beautifully its story serves the main game. You play alongside a mysterious new character, a legendary stalker named Leia, as you uncover the conspiracy that sparked the puppy frenzy. This isn't just a disconnected side story. It actively recontextualizes events and characters you thought you knew. You witness the origins of key figures and get answers to lingering questions. It's so masterfully done that it makes you want to immediately replay the base game just to see it all with this new perspective. Let's not beat around the bush. This DLC is hard. I played it after the developers released a patch to rebalance it, but let me be crystal clear. The bosses in this expansion are still some of the toughest challenges in the entire game. They are relentless, multi-phase monsters that will demand every ounce of skill you have. This is not a victory lap, it's the final exam. But it now feels firm and fair. As a gamer dad, I can say that while the DLC pushed me to my limits, every death felt like a lesson, not a cheap shot. Okay, so I usually have a story about a specific boss that was my aha moment. But for the Overture DLC, that experience happened almost every single boss. It became a familiar pattern. I'd get completely walled by a new, terrifying boss and spend a couple of hours getting destroyed, trying to win with pure parry skills and reflexes. And every time, I was missing the point. The magic of this DLC is that for every wall, there's a specific sledgehammer waiting to be found. For one boss, it was discovering its crippling weakness to a specific element. With another, it was realizing one of my Legion arms could completely neutralize its most dangerous phase. Each victory didn't feel earned just because I got good. It felt earned because I solved a unique puzzle. It proves the point more than ever. Liza P isn't about hitting your head against a wall, it's about finding the right sledgehammer. Alright, and before we get into the final stretch here and talk value, I just want to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members. Your support is what allows me to dedicate the time to playing and creating these in-depth reviews for games and DLCs like this one. If you're interested in supporting the channel on a deeper level, memberships come with perks like custom emojis for the comments and live chats, specialty badges, and other benefits. It's never ever required, but is always massively appreciated. So back to the big question. Is the Overture DLC worth it? For a price of around $30, you get a high quality 15 to 20 hour expansion. The new weapons and Legion arms add fresh layers to the combat, giving you a great reason to take them for a spin in New Game Plus, or even a fresh playthrough of the main story. While it doesn't have the endless endgame of a full title, the value here comes from the quality of the new content and the incredible way it enhances the main story. Now, no DLC is perfect, and my biggest nitpick with Overture actually has to do with its marketing, specifically that awesome release trailer. Watching it, I couldn't help but get my hopes up. It showed our character fighting right alongside the new stalker, Leia, in what looked like seamless team-based combat, and it really felt like it was teasing a co-op mode or at least a robust NPC companion system. But in the final DLC, it's still a fundamentally solo adventure. Now, to be fair, you do get to fight alongside NPCs at certain moments, but it's very limited. We're talking about a few specific boss fights and maybe a tiny section near the end. It's not that integrated companion system that I was hoping for, where a partner would be exploring and fighting through the levels right there with you. It felt like a bit of a missed opportunity and left me thinking about the awesome co-op game that could have been. And on top of that, while the new areas are fantastic, I do wish there were one or two more. But again, these are truly minor blemishes on an otherwise excellent package. So let's wrap this all up for Liza P Overture. What's the final word? This is a fantastic high-effort expansion. It delivers new, memorable boss fights, fun toys to play with, and a story that masterfully enriches the world of the base game. It's a perfect example of what a DLC should be. My recommendation is a resounding yes for any fan of the base game. This is an essential chapter of the story. If you loved your first journey through Krot and have been waiting for a reason to return, this DLC is exactly what you were looking for. But that's just my take as a gamer dad. What did you all think of Overture DLC? Did you find the bosses as tough as I did? What's your favorite weapon? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more streams, reviews, and gaming adventures. Thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, tell the truth, and I'll catch you in the next video.